Hello, I am Endlessness and welcome back to Final Fantasy VII Ever Crisis, and in this video I wanted to give you a guide for the Gallonbaloir Humus EX2 battle in the Critical Threat event, and this EX2 battle has recommended 250,000 combat power. Gallonbaloir Humus is the first Gallonbaloir variant that isn't weak to fire. Instead he's weak to wind, and specifically physical wind attacks are effective on him. He's also immune to all stasis, attack and defense debuffs, and has few sigil phases with a diamond sigil. It is possible to break diamonds fast enough by using 3 ATB moves on all characters, but I recommend equipping at least one diamond sigil weapon to make it a little bit easier for you. Also, Gallonbaloir uses physical attacks, both normal and the charged ones, so if you need to, you could stack some physical defense on your characters. I am using Aerith, Sephiroth and Matt, and my team has 189,000 combat power, and Aerith will be my debuffer, Sephiroth will be DPS and Matt a healer. Starting with Matt, he has Give Voucher outfit and Gigantic Shield in his limit slot. Then I have Centipede in main weapon slot for heals, and in secondary slot I put Bahamut summon weapon to break diamond sigils, and alternatively you could put Killer Hornet if you want to do physical damage. In sub-equipment slots I have Guard Stick to boost Matt's heals, and then 4-point Shuriken for some HP and buff debuff extension. As for materia, Matt has a Cure materia for single target heals, and then a Water Blow is just a stat stick. So Matt has 8.2 HP, 2.4 heal as well as 149 physical defense. Then I have Aerith with her default story outfits and Breath of the Earth in limit slot. In her main weapon slot I have Flora 1 to decrease wind resistance, and in secondary slot I have Prism Rod for wind DPS. In sub-equipment slots I have put 2 weapons to boost her magic attack and her materia. Those 2 are just stat stick. So Aerith has 8.8 HP, 2.8 magic attack as well as 105 physical defense. Lastly, I have Sephiroth with his story outfit and Ardent Flare in his limit slot because it will buff his physical attack. Then I have Dark Havens in main weapon slot for wind DPS, and in sub-equipment slots I have only Buster Sword, and his materials are also just stat sticks. So Sephiroth has 8.4 HP, 2.5 physical attack as well as 119 physical defense. Some notes: I have many equipment slots empty and I did that to lower my team's stats and power, but you should definitely use your best weapons and materia to boost your attack or HP or any other stats you might need. When Gallonbaloir Humus does his charge attack Meteorite Cluster, it'll be a powerful single target attack and it'll target the character with lowest max HP, so if you like you could manipulate the HP of your characters. I set up my Matt this way so he will always be targeted by that attack. For this battle you will need something to decrease Gallonbaloir's wind resistance, otherwise he will keep buffing it more and more to the point where he will resist all kind of wind damage. You could still damage him with non-elemental damage or other elements he doesn't resist. Also, after you stagger him, after each sigil phase he'll do a rush attack. There's no indication it's coming, so after stagger ends, immediately switch to defense. Also, physical attacks are most effective on this boss, and I am using Aerith, who is magic DPS character. The reason for that is that Aerith is the only one I have with wind resistance debuffing weapon, so I don't really have any other choice. Unfortunately, we don't have any wind breach materia in this game, and only 2 weapons that decrease wind resistance are Aerith with her Floral Wand and now Nanaki with his newest banner color. Aerith isn't ideal choice here because she does magic damage, but if you have her weapons overboosted to a higher level you may make up for that. Nanaki would be the best choice for this battle if you pulled on the newest banner though. As for wind DPS characters, we also don't really have many options. Sephiroth has Wind Mastery outfit and Dark Havens, which is a wind DPS weapon, and the only other option is Yuffie with her Wind Arcanum outfit and weapon. So the battle starts with Diamond Sigil phase. it'll only be 5 sigils, but it's a pretty short one. So Aerith do wind resistance down twice, and she'll always get it in time. Don't worry about it. And then he staggered, so do 2 Gale Strikes or 2 attacks with Sephiroth, and then switch to Mats to save your ADB. And after the stagger phase ends, switch to defense, because the boss will always do that, yes, this rash attack. And then you have to recover from this. But stay on Aerith, because he will do Storm Shield, so he'll buff his wind resistance down, which you have to lower. But also try to recover your HP, because this rush will happen no matter what. Ideally you want to deplete this wind gauge in time, but it depends on how much you can do in time. But I'll try to deplete it and stun him. Maybe. Oh, that's inconvenient. Because he's stunned but literally about to rush me. So you have to, it's slight inconvenience because you have to pay attention to his stun icon. When it flashes and then disappears, you have to switch to defense. It's just a short period of time, but it's fine. So yeah, just continue to do a DPS here, but for the most of the battle you can stay on Aerith to make sure that the boss is debuffed as much as you can. I have only 5-star weapon, so my max is mid-potency. But you can time those debuffs, so you never are without them. But yeah, Meteor Cluster is a single target attack. In my case, it'll always be Matt, so I will buff him just so I don't have to do much recovery after this. And here you don't have to recover, because now is the sigil phase and the boss will attack other characters but not Matt. So it'll be fine, but here Sephiroth will do his 4 AoE moves, that's fine. We have enough time to break all those sigils and we can do some DPS anyway. But with Aerith I will try to do those wind resistance debuffs and make sure that I'll keep them even after they expire, so just refresh them. And another stagger, so we should be fine here. But on Matt, now you have the time to recover. And of course, I'm not using any limit breaks, but if you have them ready, you could always do that. And now he will start charging his next attack, but we have enough time to recover, do some DPS, try to kill him before he hits us here. But just in case, if you aren't sure that you can kill him before this, try to recover, buff your physical defense, recover HP to max or as high as you can to prepare in case he gets this meteor cluster off again. Actually, yeah, he has 1 pixel of HP left. It's invisible, it's flashing, but yeah, actually I got attacked, but it's the same attack always, so if you know your character will survive the single target attack, you'll be fine. But it's the same phases, just repeating, so curious. Sorry, my internet has been dying today quite often, but yeah, that's essentially the whole battle. The phases will keep repeating themselves. It'll be Diamond Sigils followed by Rush, then sometimes Meteor Cluster. It's the same thing over and over again until you kill the boss. So I hope you found this guide helpful, and thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next one.